Today's video is going to be how I cleared up my skin. Like, there's a point in my life where my skin was really bad and I hated it, made me insecure, made my self-confidence really low. I don't know, I found some old photos of how bad my skin actually got, and I realized that I managed to clear it up. And like some days I still break out, but I managed to clear it up, and I figured I should just make a video about it. So hopefully if someone is going through the same things as I was, like with their skincare, maybe some things that I've done to clear up my skin might help you guys with clearing up your skin. So if you want to know what I did to clear up my skin, then keep watching. Damn it! Hopefully you can hear me, because I just realized my mic was all the way over there and I'm very soft spoken. So a little bit of background into my skin. I think the worst that it's been was probably when I was in uni. I used to get like pimples all around my skin, all around my cheeks mainly, and I just remember it making me really self-conscious, and I would hate my skin. I would try to cover it up with makeup, which is probably even worse because you can still see all the bumps and it just looks angry and irritated. I'll insert a photo here to show you guys exactly how it looked and how bad it got. I used to get like a lot of different kinds of pimples. I would get like whiteheads, and I'd also get like those really painful bumps below the surface that never really quite surfaced. My skin used to pretty much only be clear maybe like after I finished my period or something. Like, it used to be clear just for like a few days, and then it would go back to being crazy. And I didn't realize that the things that I was doing was actually impacting my skin. Like, I was making a lot of bad decisions. Number one thing that I feel like I was doing that really irritated my skin and caused it to break out was the fact that I was threading. Like, I used to get my face threaded. Like, you know how you have like these little baby hairs in your face? Yeah, so I used to get all of it threaded. A few reasons why I get threaded is because I have Indian genes. I have like really dark hair. I mean, it's really fine hair. It's just baby fuzz, baby hair. Still didn't like it. So I used to get threaded. And also because makeup just applies a lot nicer on top of skin when there isn't like that layer of like little fuzz. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I found that when I was getting threaded, aside from it being really painful, my skin used to break out like crazy. Like, it was just constantly bumpy. The lady that used to thread my face used to say that it's because I should use toner with alcohol in it. That wasn't true. It didn't help make the situation any better. So I decided that I needed to stop threading because it just really wasn't doing anything good for my skin. It was really irritating it, and I hated it. It was painful. Dude, I'm busy. Yeah, I didn't really even see any benefits to it. So I decided to start getting laser on my face, which, let me tell you, is a lot better. It's a bit more expensive, so do your research before you choose to go down that route. Pick a, person that you trust or is reputable or knows what they're doing, because you don't want to go to a person who doesn't know what they're doing and that just has a machine, because you could end up getting burnt. But I'm just trying to say that threading didn't work for me, and I found that that was one of the huge things that was really impacting my skin. So once I stopped getting threaded and getting laser, it made a big difference on my skin. Like, my skin just seemed to settle down a bit, and I wasn't constantly irritating it with pulling hairs out, like whereas laser kills it at the root. I mean, you still have to do like a treatment every few weeks. Next, let's talk about like food and nutrition, which is also another thing that has really been impacting my skin. When I realized that my skin was really bad and I wanted to fix it, at the same time I decided to cut out a lot of things. So like I said, I stopped getting threading done, I started getting laser. I also looked to what I was eating. Back then, I used to binge a lot on junk food because, you go to uni, you're stressed out, you're pulling all-nighters, which isn't good for you, but you do what you gotta do. If you're eating like a lot of processed food, which is what I was doing, like I was binging on things like chips, chocolate, candy, cookies, I used to eat a lot of stuff like that. I realized that it really starts affecting your skin, and even now, I could probably do like a day or two, probably just like a day of me eating bad and like eating things like cookies and chips or whatever that I'm craving. I can't make a habit of it. Like, if I go a whole week doing this, then my skin will break out and it'll just get crazy. If you think about it, it's really like what you're putting into your body is what comes out. Yeah, it really starts to show. So for me, if I start putting in all this processed food that isn't good for me, you really can see it breaking, like with my skin and me breaking out. I mean, you're human. You can eat certain things, but just in moderation, I guess. And I know we all hate that word, moderation, but it really does make a difference. And also, I wanted to talk about is water. Like, drink a lot of water. Right now I'm drinking about 3 liters. I'm trying to drink a lot more than that because I should be drinking a lot more than that. So Water keeps you hydrated, it keeps your skin looking supple, and just drink a lot of water. I think my acne is usually, now it's hormonal, so I will break out a little bit around that time of the month, and also depends on the food I'm eating, so my skin will also break out because of that. I also have sensitive skin, I don't know if I mentioned that, so sometimes if I use products that my skin doesn't agree with, it breaks out a lot too. Sometimes you get the hang of it and how to get better at knowing what's good for my skin and what's not. I am a person who never sleeps with my makeup on. Like, I will never sleep with my makeup on, just because that was also another thing that I realized, that my skin breaks out if I use dirty brushes on my face. Usually just face brushes is more important, but I need to deep clean them every so often because they just get product built up in them, and me using it to reapply makeup on my face makes me break out, so I need to make sure that I clean all my face brushes every so often. There's also another thing, pillowcases. Like, I change my pillowcase every week, and I feel like that's really important too, because I always notice when I'm like sleeping, and I used to notice, because I don't do it anymore, that when I don't change my pillowcase, like the side that I sleep on, my skin breaks out a lot. And yeah, that's when I started noticing that my pillowcase needs to be changed more often. So now I do it once a week. I also noticed that products that I was using on my skin used to break me out, in particular MAC products. I bought a whole bunch of MAC products because I used to watch people on YouTube and watch the reviews on it, and they're like, oh, Prolong was so good, Studio Fix is so good, Fix Plus is so good, like, and they're great products, but they're just not meant for me. So every time I used to use MAC products, my skin used to break out. I used to be stubborn. I'm like, no, I can use it. No, I can't. It's so good. I want to try it. You know, it's not fair. So I used to keep using it. My skin used to keep breaking out. I was really mean to my skin, because my skin's so sensitive. So it breaks out a lot. It breaks out with skincare. It breaks out with makeup. It breaks out with a lot of things. So if you figure out that your skin is breaking out due to things, then stop using it. Like, simple as that. Don't be stubborn like me and keep using it. Always alternatives, like some brands that I found that are a lot better, like NARS is a really good brand. You might notice I use a lot of NARS products on my videos, like my tutorials, and that's because NARS is like non-comedogenic. It's fragrance free, which means that it's suitable for sensitive skin and doesn't break you out. My skin breaks out when I use products with fragrance in it, like it's sensitive to fragrance. So that is also another thing that I've been watching out for when I use products and skincare and stuff. In terms of skincare, like, I try to keep it quite simple. Like, I've done a skincare routine a few months ago. If you want, I could film another one, because I'm using a few more like different products now, and some of them are more natural, which is where I'm gonna go with this. Like, natural skincare, even though it's not as cheap, or it doesn't smell as pretty, it actually is a lot better for your skin. When I was using natural skincare, or when I'm using natural skincare, my skin just reacts a lot better because it's not fragrant, it doesn't have any bad chemicals in it, and it's really gentle on your skin. So I would totally recommend looking into natural skincare, whatever brand is near you. Like, I've got some in New Zealand that I use, for example, Skin Food Moisturizer that I just have on hand right now. Also like Taylor Skincare. Yeah, there's just a lot of good brands, so I don't want to recommend many brands that you can only get in New Zealand, because I know a lot of my viewers just aren't in New Zealand, they're all around the world. I used to think, well, because I was breaking out, I needed like an exfoliator, you know, like a heavy duty exfoliator that will like get rid of all the dirt and the gunk and the pimples and stuff. Every time I used to exfoliate my skin when I was breaking out, it would just make it angry, and it would just make it more red and more like tight, and it was just irritating my skin. So then I kind of stopped exfoliating until my skin calmed down, because exfoliating skin that's breaking out isn't really going to do anything good for your skin. Like, you just need to take care of it. So I used to just use a gentle cleanser. The brands that were good for me to use that is more universal is Simple Kind to Skin. That was a really good one, even though it's got chemicals in it. I found that was okay to use on my skin. Like, it was quite gentle on my skin. I mean, even though it's got chemicals, it's not natural, obviously. I figured it's a really good brand to use if you want to calm your skin and not irritate it, if you're having trouble finding skincare that works. Like, I used to just use their foaming cleanser and like their toner and like moisturizer, right? That was pretty much all I used. I didn't bother with exfoliators because it just irritated my skin. That's pretty much what I used to use in terms of products. Have good skin hygiene, put good food into your body, be nice, be kind to your skin, don't use products that your skin doesn't like, and don't irritate it by threading like I did. I feel like those are the main things. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below, and as always, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys. Actually really, I don't know if I'm sweaty, am I glowy? Let me just use some of these morning sheets. Like, how gross is this though? Ugh. Okay, I guess let's do a little, Okay, so should we make a list about this stuff? No, we didn't. Why? Because we stopped.